It's Christmas! Or at least it's supposed to be. I should really take the opportunity to relax, sit back with a cup of nog, and watch something to put me in the Christmas spirit. It's Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I don't know why I bothered with a segue. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is an animated movie based on the song of the same name. The special was directed by Phil Roman, the guy who directed basically all of the Charlie Brown holiday specials. You know, except for the two that I've actually heard of. You know, the Great Pumpkin one and the Christmas one. Judging by the quality of Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, I have to imagine all those other Charlie Brown Christmas specials range from being butt poop to butt duke. Originally airing on the CW, eventually the cartoon movie would make its way to Cartoon Network, where it flared up every year like a case of holly jolly herpes. Chatter from back in the days suggested that due to the remarkably low budget of the film and the low cost of syndication, Cartoon Network could air the movie functionally for free. This meant that every time the TV got left on and a single commercial was allowed to air during its runtime, someone at Cartoon Network made some money. It's similar to how Cartoon Network treated Teen Titans Go. The show was so cheap that it was pure profit, and as such, they aired it whenever possible. But for a time, from the minute Thanksgiving was over to the day after Christmas, this movie would air daily, oftentimes multiple times a day. Despite being a meme online for how dreadful the movie was and how annoying it was that it was on constantly, apparently there are people who genuinely enjoyed this film. It's got a 4.6 on IMDb, which means more people enjoy this movie than they enjoyed The Acolyte. Haha, topical.
It's the Christmas season, a time for telling colorful holiday stories. And my favorite story of all time is about my grandma. She had this encounter with a reindeer.
An encounter with a reindeer is way too vague for my liking.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no, but as for me, Grandpa, we believe.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer, all right. That's me, Jake Spankenheimer.
I'm sorry, is this dude's name Spankin? I'm gonna be spanking my Heimer if you know what I'm saying! Grandma Spankenheimer's store is so wildly successful that the entire family can work there. Multiple generations of Spankenheimers work at this store. And their house is absolutely enormous. These people are loaded.
Santa Claus is real!
Well, so Santa today represents the true meaning of Christmas, giving to others.
Dad, is Santa Claus real?
Father, my lying whore mother is trying to tell me that Santa Claus is not real. Set her straight immediately.
You're looking at the new inflatable Christmas tree manufactured by the Cityville Own All Corporation.
Don't you want to save the forest? Nobody gets a tree anymore. It's not cool.
Why in God's name would it be inflatable and not a regular fake tree? People use fake trees all the time. What is this?
We had to chop our trees down by hand. Never forget the time I had to use a beaver for a chainsaw.
Last time you told it, it was a woodpecker.
Beavers, woodpeckers, Spankenheimers, Grandma getting run over by reindeer? Damn. This is a sexy movie.
As crazy as things were at home, they got crazier the day I met the most powerful man in Cityville.
Excuse me, I'm...
Austin Bucks, CEO of the Cityville Own All Corporation.
Austin Bucks, CEO of the Cityville Own All Corporation. I really like how subtle and clever all these names are.
Grandma says you own everything.
Well, not yet, but that's why I want to speak to your grandma.
Your grandma's the only thing left in this world I don't own. But that ends today, you little shit.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have an extra elf costume I could wear?
Nope, but there's a troll costume.
Grandma Elfenheimer.
Mr. Austin Troll Bucks.
Bro is willing to put on the costume. He doesn't actually seem like a bad guy. He seems nice.
I did it so you'd listen to my offer to buy your store. Do you know why my company controls every mall and sidewalk Santa? Because people are too busy to think about Christmas. With their cellular phones and fax machines, email, they're never really away from work.
Ah, yes, those damn fax machines. Really crushing the spirit of your average Joe.
Picture it. Gifts delivered on Christmas Eve by our new Sleigh-mobile.
Okay, hold on. Is this guy's evil scheme to create a mechanical Santa sleigh that distributes toys to children on Christmas? Are we sure this guy's our villain?
Do you think I should sell the store?
Are you kidding? I love this place.
Grandma, do you realize what you just did? You let my fortune walk out the door. That was my future.
Okay, so the Spankenheimer store clearly makes a ton of money, so I don't know what this lady's problem is. Granny goes around delivering free Christmas goodies to the good people of Cityville, which is also Austin Buck's plan, so I'm confused as to why there's such a conflict of interest here. Maybe Austin Bucks recently bought Twitter in the Grandmaverse, so Granny's really bought into the online culture war discourse.
The holidays were upon us and things were going fine, till the day I heard the doorbell and a chill ran up my spine. I grabbed the wife and children as the postman wheeled it in. My yearly Christmas nightmare.
Ah yes, this honky-tonk-ass, made-her-ass, get-her-done-ass song about fruitcake will definitely become a cherished Christmas classic.
It was denser than a drove barnyard turkeys, tougher than a truckload of all beef jerky, drier than a drought in Albuquerque.
I can't wait to hear this at the mall every season. Move over, Mariah Carey. We've got... Hold on. Gary Chase. Real talk, I don't know what the boomer's problem with fruitcake is. I've had fruitcake before, and it's fine. I expected a disaster, and I got a mildly pleasant cake.
Grandma's killer fruitcake.
You're a great helper, Jake. Now just stir that bowl of ingredients.
Wait, was that song about this grandma's fruitcake? What a mean-ass song.
I don't know who buys your cakes and cookies, but this will for darn sure make everyone sick. That ought to stop people from shopping at the store.
Now, why is she poisoning the cake? Okay, the Spankenheimer business clearly makes money. I don't know what this lady's problems are. Her motivations are nonsensical. But I guess I don't know, maybe did I have high expectations for this?
Grandma, Daphne says there's no such thing as Santa.
Well, that's because she doesn't believe like I do.
Ominous foreshadowing.
If you ever run into him, say hi for me.
Ominous foreshadowing.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Ominous foreshadowing.
Well, I'm fixing to take these extra cookies and cakes to the volunteers at the Cityville Community Services building.
Yes, Grandma, thank you. We get it. You are gay for charity. Calm down.
She'd been drinking too much eggnog.
You've been drinking too much eggnog.
And we begged her not to go.
Please, don't go.
We're begging.
I like how they made a kids movie about this song, when it's about getting drunk, staggering into the cold, and dying in the harsh December night under unknown circumstances.
Undone her! Unblitzen!
Nice Santa PNG, guys. Really high quality production you got here.
Home from our house Christmas
Grandma,
Eve.
watch out!
You can say there's no such thing as Santa.
Wow, she got laid out. She's dead. Why was Santa flying that low? That was a hit and run, a very intentional hit and run.
You saw what happened, didn't you, Grandpa?
I'm sorry. Were you talking to me? I was too busy watching Grandma get run over by a reindeer-drawn sleigh.
Is my dude here not gonna go check on his wife? He's just standing at the window like, finally, rid of the woman.
Just a minute, Sherlock. Before you put out an APB for a sleigh driven by Santa Claus, who, may I remind you, does not exist.
I like that she couldn't possibly have been hit by like a regular sleigh.
You've been so depressed since Grandma disappeared. I'll cure your sorrow. It's right here in these papers. All you have to do is sign.
Sing?
No, sign.
Sure.
So sign.
I'd rather sing.
How did he mishear sign as sing? This is a joke that only works in text. What, did he misread the subtitles?
Grandma's hanging out with all those late great stars for the heavenliest Christmas of her life.
Grandpa sings a sad cope song about how his wife is dead and also missing.
She's standing under the mistletoe with Elvis. He's been consoling her because she's missing Gramps.
And it lasts like 20 seconds and then the boob lady commits elder abuse.
Do you think it's still good? Did she use preservatives?
Preservatives? It's a fruitcake.
What do we do when it's sold?
Bro, don't put that on sale. You just dropped it on the floor. No wonder Grandma didn't want to sell the place. You idiots can't run the store.
Actually, I'm going over to see Austin Bucks and sell this dump for millions.
Millions?
Talk about having your cake and eating it too.
They are gonna pick that cake up off the damn ground and try to sell it.
I've gotta stop her.
Why? He said himself the store's been failing since Grandma's death.
Mom and Dad tried their best, but without Grandma, customers stopped coming in.
Then Austin Bucks is still willing to buy it for millions. Children should not be allowed to make major financial decisions. Like, why does he care so much now? Everyone assumes Grandma's dead, the store is failing, and it is unreasonable for the characters to know what story they're in.
With this last piece of property, Mr. Bucks will own all of Cityville.
Who are you?
Cousin Mel's attorney. I am Slime.
I like how subtle and clever the names in this motion picture are.
I just need more time to find Grandma.
Now, Austin, darling, why don't we go somewhat romantic and consummate this deal?
Good gravy.
You got it, kid. This deal doesn't close till the end of the week. A bit of advice. If you really believe Grandma was run over by Santa's reindeer, then find him. He should know where Grandma is.
I must be really confused about how Austin Bucks is supposed to be the bad guy of the film. Now, if you'll excuse me, kid, I'm about to go run over your cousin with my red-nosed reindeer.
To Santa Claus at santaclausisreal.com.
Why would that be Santa's email address? How would this kid know Santa's email address?
Not a single letter from Cityville. It's as if they're too busy with their prefabricated, mass-produced lives to need me anymore. I might as well shave my beard and cancel the holidays in Cityville.
Nick, it's one town. Why are you so bent out of shape? Does the rest of the world outside of Cityville just accept Santa as a reality, and that one town is the sole holdout? Santa has Grandma in the Christmas infirmary. Quincy the elf, who claims to be Santa's top, and Santa can't move without consulting him, or I don't know, I'm only half paying attention, breaks into Jake's room.
I'm Quincy, Santa's elf. Top elf, to be exact. The man in the red suit doesn't make a move without consulting me first.
They do this E.T. reference and startle each other, which was actually kind of funny, but only because I don't know why the fuck it happened.
Old Saint Nick and Mrs. Claus decided just this year there won't be any Christmas. The feeling's just not here.
What is this song?
Some kids get more than they need, and some are spoiled rotten. And when it comes to Christmas time, too many are forgotten.
Is this song about how Santa is checking out of Christmas until the kids who get too many presents get fewer, and the kids who don't get enough get more?
Well, Santa said to Mrs. Claus, something's way off track. I can't get into Christmas until the spirit's back.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's your job.
It's nice to finally meet someone from Cityville who still believes in me.
I gotta give it to him. This is definitely the least warm and jolly cartoon Santa I've ever seen.
You've got to remember, Cousin Mel's taken over.
Who's Cousin Mel?
Big gazongas, ass like a shelf. Come on, Grandma, remember. Waist snatched.
Oh, this ruins everything. Mr. Bucks will call off the deal. There goes your fortune and my 50%.
10%.
30%, plus expenses.
Done.
This is a movie that was written by morons. I can say that with the utmost confidence. The movie feels plagiarized, but it doesn't feel like it's plagiarizing anything specific. It's just so bland and so by the numbers. It has no identity of its own.
I've got an idea. You just make sure Grandma stays missing.
Oh, she's gonna kill Grandma.
You would be?
Santa Claus!
Amazing! Unbelievable.
I like how Austin Bucks is like, oh shit, you're actually Santa. Sick.
So what did happen to Grandma?
I was making my usual rounds.
Grandma! We couldn't find her anywhere.
Since Grandma is nowhere to be found, and the man in the red suit here admitted he ran over her, I demand that you have Santa arrested for the disappearance of Grandma.
The news that Santa had been arrested for the disappearance of Grandma was a shock.
Oh, they actually arrested Santa. They're gonna put him behind bars for the hit and run. I'll give him credit, I didn't expect it.
We just need to keep her out of sight long enough for the jury to find Santa Claus guilty of her disappearance.
And then we sue him for all that money.
Santa Claus must be worth a fortune. Considering he supplies gifts to everyone in the world, that's 2.5 billion times.
Lady, are you nuts? There are way more than 2.5 billion people on Earth, and,
Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off of Santa. That's what Grandpa's gonna do. Woo-hoo! Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off of Santa, 'cause Grandma would have wanted him to. Woo! Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off of Santa. He knows the law is on his side. Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off of Santa. That's what Grandpa's gonna do.
I am getting drunk and singing that around the Christmas tree every year for the rest of my life. Real talk, there is someone out there in this wide, beautiful world who this redhead was their first cartoon crush and this scene was their sexual awakening. And I genuinely cannot think of a worse thing that could happen to a human being.
No, that's aloneness.
I'm at the courthouse where the sensational Santa Claus trial is reaching its climax.
There is something genuinely funny about Cole for the DA. I mean, not laugh out loud funny, like New York Times comic strip funny. So I guess not funny.
I came as soon as I received your email, Master Jake.
Now what do you have up your sleeve to get me inside?
Because it's Christmas, the audience assumes they're going to come down the chimney. So the funniest thing they could have done here is have the elf just throw a rock through the window. But that might have actually made me laugh and been genuinely funny, so we can't have any of that.
And this is your famous homemade fruitcake that, a lot of people liked.
Jake, what am I doing here?
Breaking Grandma out of her amnesia felt extremely easy and convenient, but this crap's only got like 4 minutes left, so I guess we've got to move it along.
There are still the charges of vehicular hit and run and leaving the scene of an accident.
If you and the jury would taste this fruitcake, this one was made by Grandma using her special ingredients. Taste it, and then compare it to the pieces of cake found at the scene of the alleged crime.
Wait, what does this prove? Santa did hit her with the sleigh, and he did flee the scene of the crime, and he abducted her for a year and didn't contact local authorities. At no point did Santa try to reach out. Didn't even take her back to where she got hit. She got hit in like her driveway, so there was no question which house she came from. Santa messed up on this one. It seems pretty open and shut. I can't imagine the fruitcake being different absolves Santa of anything. Oh, the boob lady stole the note Santa left, and the fruitcake had shit in it that made the reindeer go nuts. So I guess I'm the asshole. Except why the fuck would she put reindeer nip in the... She's getting arrested for being a Grinch-ass Grinch, but Austin Bucks is still gonna hit that.
Grandma, I want to talk to you about your store.
Young man, After everything Jake has gone through, do you really think I'm gonna sell?
I don't want to buy it. I want to franchise it. Open Spankenheimer General Stores all over the country.
Spankenheimer General Stores began popping up in rural areas all over America. They became omens of failing towns, the remarkably low prices driving other mom-and-pop stores out of business, consolidating all shopping to the extremely cheap store. Where a Spankenheimer General Store could be found, the average rate of poverty was higher than typical, and the store became infamous across the rural South. What was once a symbol of Christmas cheer had become an icon of dying rural communities. And also the sleigh comes back and Slamma jams her again just for good measure. She's dead. The end. Merry Christmas.